all used to seeing the super flat world like it's endless and kind of boring. But no worries, cause in this survival the floor is changing every single day, and it can turn into literally anything. First we get the basics: wood, stone, maybe a chest, but then bam! Lava, lucky blocks, TNT, even end crystals. Whoa, what? No way! And even in a world this dangerous, I'm still building a base, setting up auto farms, taking down the dragon, and spoiler alert, I'm totally grabbing those elytra too. Oh, and did I mention this is happening in a super flat world where like there's almost zero resources? So day one of survival, and guess what? Out of all the blocks in Minecraft, the floor hits me with water. Like, really? Cool. How many years am I gonna be swimming into nowhere, huh? I immediately started looking for a village, because that's literally the only way to get blocks in a super flat world like this. But between you and me, for the first 5 minutes, nada. Except for these tiny dudes who, for whatever reason, had a serious problem with me. Yo, for real, I'm about to shove this stick up you know what. It wasn't until evening that I finally stumbled across my first village, and also managed to ditch those little jerks. Bro, how many of them are there even? They almost had me down to half a heart. Like, I couldn't deal with it anymore. So, yeah, I decided to just crash and sleep it off. The next day, the floor turned into iron bars. Yup, so had to move, like, super carefully, because the chance of falling basically 100%. Anyway, I started wrecking the village, snagged my first wood, crafted a crafting table, and celebrated with a nice fresh loaf of bread. So good. After that, I mined some cobblestone, got all of my stone tools set, and hit the road to find the next village. By the way, if you just keep walking straight like this, there's no way you can fall over. And yeah, the whole day I just was going around looting the villagers until I ran into this little golem dude who was way too aggressive. Bro, why are you all up in my face? And then I took a couple swings with my sword and boom, turned him into like this tiny piece of iron. Low-key sad. Later on, I tried to save this villager, but hope no one saw that. Yikes. Fought a bunch of mobs. Until a new day hit, and out of nowhere, the floor turned into pumpkins. Oh, nice, finally a solid block. I was running through every village I could find, farming iron from golems like a boss. Got myself a full set of iron armor, no biggie. I even found a chest with like 2 diamonds in it. Check me out, full iron armor, baby. Whoa. So by day 5, I see something super sus in the sky. Turns out it's this massive stronghold, like right there in this super flat world. Like, whoa, I didn't even know these could spawn here, but yup, it's a legit stronghold with a portal. Well, it's got 1 ender eye in it. So yeah, we're totally going to the end today to wreck the dragon. I spent the whole night looting chests, exploring the stronghold, you know, normal stuff. Then the next day, the floor straight up trolled me, turning into netherite. Like, bruh, you can't even get that in a super flat world, and I didn't have enough diamonds for a pickaxe. What the heck, dude? I didn't want to go too far from the stronghold, so I set up camp in the nearest village. Found a house, kicked out some random villager, threw down some chests, and oh yeah, I got myself a cat, named him Jesse. So now I've got a little base and some starter tools so I don't die. Whew. And then boom, the floor turned into lucky blocks. I did not see that coming. So now I'm about to test my luck, cause like lucky blocks are pure chaos. You never know what's going to happen. All right, let's crack one open. Whoa, so the first lucky block gave me like a bunch of horses. I mean, not the worst thing ever, right? Then I got a jukebox with a pretty cool record, so that's a win. Next up, some bat showed up with a witch, but she just straight up died. No idea why. Like, did she catch some disease or something? Let me know in the comments. Then I got some XP bottles, and no joke, something super weird. Ever seen a snowman riding a sniffer? Well, now you have. And it just kept getting crazier from there. Like, suddenly there's a pack of wolves, then these ancient one-eyed fish that almost killed me. Oh, and a massive pile of TNT just randomly went off. Then I ran into this random villager who thought he was like a hero or something, but I didn't take him out because he was selling some epic diamond tools. Yo, what's your deal? How many diamonds do you want? Okay, scrammed, and don't let me catch you here again. Then I got this huge lucky block, and all these awesome resources came flying out. I even got a brush and some suspicious gravel, and when I brushed it, more suspicious gravel came out. Like, what even is this? Ooh, man, I'm starting to feel like this day is cursed. And then I kept opening lucky blocks until the next day when everything started burning. What the heck is even happening? Why is everything on fire? What? Dude, the whole floor literally turned into a hellscape. Oh man, my entire base burned down. The village, yeah, it's just a pile of ash now. All the villagers are gone, but there was one survivor. I think it's a sniffer. Oh, and a couple cats made it through, so yeah, I just sat there all day in mourning watching the floor burn. Eventually it got dark, so I just crashed for the night, like whatever. It's a new day, and thank goodness the fire's gone. But now the floor is covered in crafting tables, but that's actually super convenient. Who knew crafting tables could make a good floor? Oh, except our whole village is gone. And now we've got like nowhere to live. So I started collecting cobblestone since it was the only thing that didn't burn when the whole place went up in flames. So this whole process only took me a couple of days, no biggie. As for the big green dude, I just left him alone for now. I'll figure out what to do with him later. After rebuilding the village, I realized the cobblestone I gathered was like way too little. Definitely not enough to keep us safe from the floor. So I built a basic cobblestone farm, then immediately broke it. But lucky for me, I had another bucket of lava, so it's all good now, I guess. With one iron pickaxe, I barely managed to get like 3.5 stacks of cobblestone. But for what I'm planning, that's still not gonna cut it. So I made like 8 pickaxes just so I wouldn't have to deal with this forever. Then I mined cobblestone until my fingers were about to fall off. I waited with my last pickaxe to break and ended up with a full chest of cobblestone. Now I could toss it around if I felt like it. Okay, maybe not. I spent way too much time on that. Okay, so now I've got a ton of cobblestone. It's finally time to build something to protect us from the floor. So I started building this huge platform a few blocks above the floor to make sure my base doesn't burn down again and keep me safe from, you know, dying. And when the floor turned back to normal grass, I grabbed a bunch of dirt and covered the whole platform with it. Whew, finally the platform's totally done. You guys don't really belong here, if we're being honest. Anyway, now it's time to build our base on top of this thing. And to make it look awesome, I've got to pick the right materials. So I built another platform and started growing cherry trees. Yep, the same cherry tree I got from the lucky blocks. And I got super lucky because cherry trees don't even grow in a super flat world. So yeah, we're building a base out of wood that technically doesn't exist here. All right, frame's done. Next, I used cherry wood planks to lay down the floor, set up some chests, moved all my stuff in, and added a bunch of decorations. And right next to my bed, I put in an alarm clock so I can wake up to a chill tune. On the day the floor turned into fences, I decided to finally adopt that one lonely sniffer. I carefully lowered the little dude onto the floor and like super carefully led him back to the base. Oh, and by the way, I tore down the old platform. All that's left now is this random piece of obsidian. Whew, finally the base is done. Honestly, I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. Let's take a moment to remember what the base looked like before, and now check out how epic it is now. The best part, the floor can't touch me or my base anymore. Haha, what are you gonna do now, stupid floor? Then, like, the next day, the floor turned into cobblestone. Seriously, why do I even need cobblestone now? But forget the cobblestone, cause I've got a real problem. I'm down to just 9 pieces of bread. With that little, I'm gonna starve soon, especially with a floor that's trying to end me. I gotta fix this ASAP. Oh, look at you, aren't you the cutest little thing? You didn't see anything. So I built another platform and started planting crops. But you think these are just regular crops? Yeah, no way. I'm planning on giving us something way cooler. Something that'll give us infinite food. First, I crafted a boat and headed to the nearest village to start bringing villagers back to the base. Oh, great, I'm gonna lose my mind dragging these idiots in a boat. I was so close to the base when a creeper showed up and, of course, blew up my villager. Ugh, stupid green thing. So I went back, grabbed another villager, and barely got him back to the base. We've got 1 villager here, but now I need like 4 more. Next morning, the floor turned into honey blocks. As if moving these villagers wasn't already hard enough, now the floor is literally messing with me. Thanks, floor, I'm gonna die of exhaustion before I even get there. All right, dude, you're coming with me. Oh yes, look at the speed. With all this sticky honey, it's gonna take forever now. And despite all the stuff the floor threw at me, I somehow managed to get all the villagers back to our base. Ugh, finally got you all here. And just in time too, because now the floor is lava. Good thing I moved everyone when I did. By the way, the platform totally protects us. The lava can't even reach the base, and stone doesn't burn, so we're safe. Now we can finally build a farm that'll give us an infinite supply of food. I split it into 4 sections, dragged the villagers over, and planted everything. Come on, seriously? What are you doing, idiot? But hey, the farm's done. I don't really need to explain how it works, right? I mean, if you've been watching my videos, you already know I've built this thing like a million times. After waiting about 10 minutes, the chests were practically full of carrots and potatoes. So in just a few days, we're gonna have an endless food supply. And it's all fully automated too. For now, I'll celebrate with a golden carrot. Oh, sweet. So now we've got endless food, a super awesome protected base, and stupid green creeper. But apparently that's not enough. I need even more protection. Time to get some diamond armor. Only problem, I've only got 2 diamonds. And in a super flat world, they're basically impossible to find. But no worries, because I can buy them from the villagers. Not just any villagers, though. I need 3 special ones. Congrats, dude, you're up first. And welcome to your new box. You live here now. First one down, the toolsmith. Now I just need a weaponsmith and an armor. But when I went to grab the other 2, the floor turned into magma blocks out of nowhere. Ouch, 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 ouch. Dude, stay, don't die. Where are you going? No. Thank goodness the boat keeps the villager safe from the magma. All right, let's head home. Come on, dude, why are you like this? Let's go, get in. Yo, check him out. This dude actually picked his own job. Now we've got a weapons guy. All we need is some knight in shining armor. Honestly, I'm vibing with this floor though. So when I found the last villager and took him with me, but like just when I was about to get him to the base, he just died. No cap, I can't even. Come on, get in there, you noob. Oh, finally he's in. So we ended up with this tiny trading hall, right? With 3 super special villagers who sell diamond tools and a full set of diamond armor. But to actually like snag that stuff, we gotta max them out first. And get this, these guys raised their prices. So we need a mountain of emeralds. Like, seriously, an infinite amount. I jumped online and found this video from some dude with a wild face. Let me know in the comments if you know who I'm talking about. Then I built this OP string duper. It cranks out like 100 stacks of string in just about 10 minutes of AFK time. Like, can you even imagine that? You're probably like, bro, why do you need a string if you want emeralds? Well, here's the scoop. I can sell the string to the fisherman, and then I'm rolling in emeralds. Dude, wait, you got a problem with the fisherman job or what? Yo, bro, wanna be a fisherman? Oh, snap. Wait, hold up. Oh, man. Anyway, because of this lame floor, all the villagers fell into the void. Oh, man, at this rate, I'll never get enough emeralds. So I had to wait until the next day and build a small villager farm. But for some reason, they were taking forever to get it on. So I tossed them a stack of bread to, like, speed things up, but I still had to wait. Oh, and the floor changed to gold ore, and for some reason, I started getting command blocks, too. Honestly, I was super hyped at first because I was ready to type in day 100 and just wrap this up, but for some reason, I couldn't place it anywhere. So after I gathered a ton of gold, I just went and burned it. No feelings, just straight up hardcore. The next few days, the floor switched to terracotta and even coal blocks, which of course I snagged a few of. Whew, finally, I just chilled and waited for the villagers to breed. I set up some barrels for them so they could become fishermen. Where do you guys think you're heading? Then I stuffed my pockets with string and started selling it to the fishermen. This took a few days, but I ended up with a whole half inventory of emeralds. Fingers crossed that's enough for now. Then the next day, it was total chaos. Instead of floor, chorus plants started popping up everywhere and they multiplied like crazy. My computer began lagging hard and playing with all those chorus plants was just a nightmare. Then the floor switched to pretty terracotta and thank goodness all the chorus plants vanished. I finally started leveling up our special villagers. First, the armor guy sold me a bunch of random stuff and only then did we trade for the diamond armor. Yep, I got diamond armor. From the weaponsmith, I snagged a diamond axe and sword. And last but not least, I hit up the blacksmith who sold me a diamond hoe, diamond shovel, and a diamond pickaxe. Whew, finally got all the diamond tools. And all this in a world where you can't even mine diamonds. Now, there's no way anyone can mess with me. But little did I know what was coming next. The next day, the floor switched to Sculk blocks and Sculk sensors and shriekers. I had to be super quiet. But that darn cat decided it was the perfect time to make noise. Oh, cat, you just doomed us, cat. Oh man, the cat summoned the warden. No way, the warden is here. It really showed up in a super flat world. And what now? Up, we gotta go up now. Oh, I hope that hornchur can't reach me up here. Yeah, hello, what were you thinking? Oh, no, he started killing our villagers on the farm. Oh man, poor villagers. Take this for my villagers, you sorry piece of trash. Oh man. Whew, I finally managed to escape from that warden. Then a new day rolled around and the floor totally disappeared. At first I couldn't figure out why mobs weren't falling, then it hit me. The floor turned into barrier blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in creative mode. Oh man, I've been dodging that warden for days and I have no clue what to do about him. So I decided to make an iron golem, hoping he could take down the warden. Come on, golem, if you don't beat him up, I'll break you down for iron. Come on, come on. Nice job, golem. I believed in you. I knew you could do it. Whew, we finally managed to take out the warden. Honestly, that was super tough. If it weren't for the golem, I probably would have been toast. The diamond armor I was banking on turned out to be useless against that beast. A little more and the warden would have totally wrecked me. We definitely need something way stronger than this diamond junk. So I think it's time to head to the nether. But here's the catch. To make a nether portal, you need obsidian, and getting that in a super flat world just isn't happening. Looks like we can't get to the nether at all. I honestly have no clue how this obsidian block showed up here, but to build a proper nether portal, we need to gather 10 blocks of obsidian. So I set off to find some villages. They might have blacksmiths where I can snag 2 buckets of lava, and that's basically 2 blocks of obsidian. 2 buckets equal 2 blocks. It's that simple. The only problem, these blacksmiths don't spawn in every village, and their generation chance is only 25%. I found the first blacksmith super easily, but after that, I was running around for days and nothing was popping up. Then finally, I found another blacksmith. I snagged 2 more buckets of lava from there. The next day, I stumbled upon another one and another. Slowly but surely, I managed to collect 10 buckets of lava. Thank goodness the floor wasn't messing with me while I was gathering the lava. Well, almost not messing with me. At least it wasn't fire. Just as I was about to head home, the floor switched to ice blocks, and you know how that goes. Somehow I made it home quickly. Now that we turned the lava into obsidian, I built the portal right under the base. And I still didn't have flint and steel, so I thought I'd light the portal like those speedrunners do, but I almost set the whole place on fire. No. Eventually, the portal lit up. All right, let's hit the nether. When I got to the nether, my eyes nearly popped out. Turns out the nether is super flat too, and the floor kept changing. Right now, it looks like a cake. Feels like it's someone's birthday today. So our mission in the nether is to gather as much netherite as possible and craft some netherite armor. But this definitely isn't our old friend the nether, and I don't see any netherite around here. How am I supposed to get netherite in this nether? I can't even dig under the floor because it keeps changing. And even when I climbed up to the ceiling, I found nothing there either, except for that piglin I sent off to celebrate a birthday. Then the floor changed to water. Water in the nether? Seriously? That's just impossible. But I guess in this world, anything is possible. So I crafted a boat to set sail in the nether looking for netherite. Ha! That sounds so absurd. Somehow, I paddled my way to a nether fortress. After days of searching, I didn't find anything except a bunch of those hellish bums. I ended up fighting them for days. Feels like there's no netherite in this nether. But then, I stumbled upon a bastion. That's where I was greeted by piglins and a little surprise waiting for me in a chest. Yeah, I actually found ancient debris. Honestly, I had no idea they spawned in bastions. Then I googled it and yup, netherite can drop from bastions, but with a super low chance. So I hatched this genius plan and started rummaging through bastions to find more netherite and gather smithing templates. Meanwhile, the floor was trying to kill me as usual. First, it turned into lily pads that just fall apart when you step on them. You stop for just a sec and you're falling straight through. Then it switched to magma blocks that hurt like crazy. And then it turned to fire, which I officially hate now because it burned down my base. Get off me, you stupid jellyfish! But despite all that, I still managed to snag 8 pieces of netherite. So now finally we can make netherite armor. Yes, I'm finally a netherite. Here's my victory dance. Whew. It's not as scary running around this world anymore. I've got an idea to make this armor even more powerful. I didn't collect all this stuff for nothing. So now we're gonna dye it. I only had iron and gold for dyeing materials, and I decided gold looks way cooler. My butt is totally safe now. In this armor, I'm totally invincible. Well, at least that's what I thought. The next day, I got lucky blocks again. Honestly, I was about to head home, but why not test my luck one more time? And once again, I got a total random mix. First, I got a jukebox, then some rotten potatoes, gold armor, and a bunch of primed TNT. But sometimes I actually got something nice, like this enchanting table, diamonds, totems of undying, diamond tools, and enchanted diamond armor, which I totally didn't need anymore. smart. I even got some fireworks that would come in handy later. Then something I never expected popped out of a lucky block. A real wither spawned from a lucky block, and it immediately started shooting at me. Ah, damn it, I hate you! An epic battle erupted between us, and I even lost one of my totems of undying. While I took a breather, the piglins decided to jump in and give that wither a beatdown too. After a few days of hellish struggle, no matter how painful it was, I kept my dignity and finally took down that damn wither. Whew, now he doesn't look so scary, right? Oh man, the wither turned out to be way more powerful than the warden and almost knocked off half my armor. If I'd been in my old diamond armor, I'd definitely be a corpse right now. And those stupid jellyfish! After that, I ran around the nether for a few days because I lost my portal.
1 hour later.
Whew, I finally found it. Boom, and we're home. What's wrong, little buddy? Missed me that much? I started organizing my stuff in chests when suddenly the floor turned into sand. And not just any sand, but suspicious sand. I'm really lucky with these blocks. We had lucky blocks, and now this sand. So I immediately grabbed a broom and started looking for something interesting. The first thing that popped out was a sea cucumber, super useful. Next up was someone's skull, some leather, and paper. It's just junk popping out constantly. But then I started getting some really cool stuff, like an anvil, a spyglass that makes me feel like a real pirate. I can see anything I want. And I even got a bucket with an axolotl, which I settled in at my base. Next up, I stumbled upon some diamonds, diamond blocks, and even a wither skeleton head. I really do not want to fight that wither again, so I spent the rest of the day digging through the sketchy sand. In the end, I scored a netherite axe, and I got super lucky snagging it right before night hit. Yo, what the heck is that? Damn pillagers can't catch a break here. So I collected all this stuff throughout the day, but honestly, the coolest find was that netherite axe. I totally spaced on it afterward, and it didn't even show up again in this video. Alright, we've hit up the nether, so now it's time to bounce to the end. But first, I figured I'd wreck the library in the stronghold and set up a sick enchantment spot at my base. After that, I farmed books for a bit and enchanted my armor with all the best stuff I could find. And did the same for all my tools too. Then I noticed the floor was burning again, but honestly, I didn't even care at this point. Next, I turned string into wool, whipped up a bunch of beds, and gathered ender pearls and blaze rods in the nether. With the rest, I crafted eyes of enders. I also made sure to grab some snacks and headed to the portal. I placed all the eye of enders down. Whew, it's time to head to the end. And then things got totally wild. Not only is the end super flat, but the floor changed to leaves that were dropping like crazy. Moving around became way more dangerous. And how am I supposed to kill the dragon now? I can't even with this. So I totally missed my shots. But suddenly the leaves started falling faster and faster. One wrong step, I could just drop out of this insane world. With this kind of floor, taking down the dragon felt impossible. It would have been way easier if I could just fly. So I immediately set out to find those flying ships that usually spawn in end cities. But like, I'm not even sure if they show up in this world or what. Wait, you flying creature, I'll be back. What, you little rascal? About 10 minutes later, I stumbled upon my first end city. I had to battle those annoying shulkers, climb to the top, and then realize no ship here. Then the floor turned into powder snow, and if I stepped on it, I'd just drop into the void. I hate this floor. So I crafted a boat, thinking for some reason that I could actually paddle around in it. Then I gathered a bunch of blocks and started building straight out. Somehow I found another end city, but sadly, no ship there either. But the next day, when the floor turned to lava, I finally found an end city with a ship. I took a 3-pointer onto that ship, took out a savage shulker, and finally scored some elytra. Yes! Oh, what the heck? Oh, now I could fly above the floor. Let's go finish off that dragon. But then out of nowhere, the floor just vanished. And this time it wasn't a barrier, it was the actual void, and I couldn't stand on it. So I safely flew to the dragon and immediately started taking out the end crystals. I lost my last totem doing that. You're such a sneaky weirdo. Once I destroyed all the end crystals, I started firing arrows at the dragon. Then the floor turned into cobwebs, which saved my butt a few times when the dragon knocked me off my platform. Finally, I pulled myself together and took down that nasty dragon. Oh my gosh, he's finally dead. He was way stronger than the wither. That thing even broke my pants. Okay, let's grab the egg and bounce. Wait, where'd the egg go? Well, whatever. I headed back to the base and I had one last day left. The floor switched to water and honestly I was feeling some serious deja vu because I remember the first day when those water creatures, but now I didn't even care about them and I could just drop TNT on them. Oh man, this is so fun. For the grand finale, I decided to build another platform. I made 3 beautiful altars to highlight that we defeated 3 epic bosses in this world. The Warden, the Dragon, and the Wither. And all that while the floor was constantly trying to take me out. At the very end, I decorated our base a bit, and here we are, the 100th day. We've survived all the craziness this floor threw at us. In this time, we built a mega base, awesome auto farms, we survived the Superflat Nether and End, defeated 3 ultra challenging bosses, and made a super cool altar from their heads. Whew, this survival thing turned out to be really tough. Leave a comment if you want me to tackle another 200 days of this chaos. And don't forget to smash that like button and... Come on, I'm looking at you. Well, this was Caster, and see you for 200 more days.